Hello again, guys. Welcome back to the Dev Mr. YouTube channel. As always, my name is Abubakar Zakari, and in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how you can set up environment variables for your Flask application. Now, what is the benefit of setting up environment variables? Okay, so let's say, for example, um, we have the development environment and the production environment. So development environment, this is what you normally do on your local machine. This is when you're writing your code, you're making lot of changes here and there. Now that is your development environment. And most of the time, when you are working within your development environment, you are going to be using, should I say, specific configuration parameters, like let's say setting debug to true, using a, should I say, development PostgreSQL database or SQL database, whatever type of database that you want. But maybe it's possible that that particular database is only for your development environment. And then we now have your production environment, which is the environment that is live, that is the one that is being hosted online that can be accessed by other people. Now, on that one, you won't be making changes in your code. It's just whatever code that you push from your development environment, that's going to be the one that will be available on your production environment, but you won't be making direct changes there. So you're probably going to be setting debug to false, and also you're going to be using a different database. So now the benefit of using environment variables is that now as you are working locally, you can create an environment variables. Let's say those your parameters, your configuration parameters like your debug mode and your database URL. You can set specific configuration parameters for your development environment, and then when you push to your production environment, those configuration parameters will be changed. Now, I haven't used that many hosting platforms, but the ones that I've used so far, such as Railway, Vercel, Netlify, they always give you an option for you to be able to add environment variables for your project. So now, what I'm going to be showing you for now is just how you can set it up so that everything will be able to work locally on your machine, and then also when you push it to your production environment, it will still work as well. So the first thing that we need to do is, okay, let's see. First of all, I actually wrote a post about the process of doing this, how you can set up environment variables for your Flask project. So I'll just be going along with that post. So this is the post. Where is it? Yes, this is it right here. So don't worry about this. I'll actually leave a link down to this in the description below. So first things first, let me show you guys that I'm using Flask templates, which I actually created a couple of videos back. So this is like a basic Flask template which you can reuse for any sort of Flask project that you want to do. So as you can see in this Flask template, we have the Flask R folder which contains our ini.py file. We have a static folder, it's currently empty, but this is where you are going to be adding your static files such as your HTML, so your CSS files, your JavaScript files, and your images. And then we have the templates directory, which is we're going to be adding our HTML files. And then this one is a virtual environment. I've already created a virtual environment for mine and even activated it, as you can see right here. But I'm sure you already know how to create and activate your virtual environment by now. If you don't, then please maybe check one of my earlier videos on how you can. I'll leave a link down to it. How you can create this particular Flask template. So I showed you how you can create and activate virtual environments there. Then we have a .gitignore file. This is just where you specify the particular files and directories that you do not want to be pushed to your online repository. That's it. Let's say, for example, you are using GitHub. You don't want those particular files or folders to be pushed to GitHub. Then we have app.py file. This contains a very, very simple Flask setup. So as you can see, it just has one single route which returns that index.html file that we have right here. Then we have the config.py file. Now, the reason why I created this config.py file is that I wanted to set up a separate file which will specify all of our configuration parameters and then load it once into our Flask application right here. Then, as you can see in the config.py file, we have the secret key, debug mode. Currently, right now, we are hard coding it as true, and then we have the SQL uh, Alchemy database URL, which will be our database connection string. Our models.py file, this is where we're going to set up our model. So I just wanted to explain the structure of the our project, or should I say the template I'm going to be using to show you guys how to set up environment variables. So now to begin, let me go back to the site. As you can see, the first thing that you need to do is ensure that your virtual environment is active, and then you install the python.env package. So let me just copy this right here. uh, like I said, my virtual environment is deactive, and will know whether if your virtual environment is active by to have this green, uh should I say, this green text right here, and within this round bracket it will contain your virtual environment name. So my own virtual environment name, as you can see right here, is venv. That's why this is called venv. Yours might be different and you will see a different name there. So now paste it in. Let me install the python.env package first. As you can see, it has finished installing. Okay, let me go back. The next one now is to create a .env file in the root of your application. That's the root directory of your application. And that .env file will contain variables in key value format. So let me show you what I mean. Let me copy this, come back here and create the, is it to have the .env file, as you can see right here, env file, and paste this in. So it has uh, variables in key value format. So this is the key and this is the value. So you can create whatever environment variable that you want. Let's say I want to call mine, let's say is active. Okay, let me just leave everything as capital. Is underscore active. This will be my key, and then whatever value I want to assign to it, which obviously in this case is probably going to be either true or false. So you can create whatever environment variable that you want. And then once you've created it this way, I think the next step now is to show you how you'll be able to access it from your code. So the next step now is to import your .env file, your load.env from the .env package like this. Just copy all of this up to this particular point right here. Now, if you are using this templates that I just showed you, I'll leave a link down to it in the description. If you're using this template, then what you just need to do is go to your config.py file, paste it in. You can remove this import OS, you don't need it. You don't need to have two since there's already one at the top. So as you can see now, secret key is being assigned, or should I say, yeah, it's being assigned with this secret key value. Remember this secret key right here, that's the key. So whatever value is here is going to grab it and assign it to this secret key variable. Same thing with debug, same thing with database. Yeah. So instead of adding true here now, I can just come to this place and say debug mode. So depending on what is here, is going to be either true or false. And then same thing with the db URL. So db URL. Save this. Once that's done, okay, that's for if you are following that my template. But let's say for example you do not, you're not using that particular template of mine. You have your own code separate. So most of the time where you are going to be adding these environment variables is probably going to be in your app.py file. So as you can see, app.py file, or same thing that you just need to do is import this load.env package, and then load the variables from your .env file, access them. As you can see right here, secret key, debug mode, URL, and then you can now use it to configure directly from your app.py file. I just wanted to separate my codes. That's why I created a separate config.py file for it, but you can do this as well and it still works fine. So the final step now is to just add the .env file to your .gitignore file. Now, remember, like I said earlier, I said the .gitignore file is what specifies what will not be pushed to GitHub. So if you have this standard one right here, it is normally inside. As you can see, .env.bat. This is the one that I'm talking about right here. So, but if you don't, then just create this .gitignore file and then add this .env. That's all you just need to do, and then this .env file will not be pushed to GitHub, because this is where we're going to be storing sensitive information like our secret key and our database URL, and you don't want that to be accessible to anyone on GitHub. So that's all for this video. If you have any question, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. So as always, thanks for watching. Do ensure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.